Eskow, and we are back. This is the Zero Hour. And as we discussed earlier, I really want to get back to the topic of West Virginia, and I'm really looking forward to talking to our next guests, as I look forward to talking to all of our guests. But Mari-Lynn Evans is the CEO and executive producer for Evening Star Productions. She's a filmmaker. She's done a number of films on West Virginia, a state where she grew up, where she has a coal mining family. She produced a 3-hour award-winning PBS series called The Appalachians, Coal Country, Low Coal, and now Blood on the Mountain, which is, in what I believe is her words, the true history of West Virginia, shown as a canary in a coal mine for the country. And besides finding out what's going on in West Virginia today, I want to talk about that idea a little more. So Mari-Lynn, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me, and it's a joy to hear someone say, I'd like to talk about West Virginia. And it's a sad thing when I'm the canary in a coal mine talking to you today from West Virginia.
Well, you know, the thing about being a canary in a coal mine is that it's a warning that there's danger, but it's also about the worst job in the coal mine is to be the canary. And so I did want to talk to you. I've spent some time in West Virginia. I have a great feeling for the state and its people, and I do feel there's something to that principle that you described. So first of all, but I'd like to start by saying, you know, we covered the poisoning of the groundwater there when it happened, and a little bit afterwards, and gave some folks ways that they could help and chip in and contribute and so on. But the story seems to have almost disappeared from the news nowadays. And what's the latest? What's the status there now?
Well, actually, it shouldn't have disappeared from the news because the story is just continuing to grow and to get worse. At this point, approximately 300,000 people in southern West Virginia, typically referred to as the coal fields, really do not trust their water. And, you know, in making the film Blood on the Mountain, you know, it's like doing the autopsy of 150 years of West Virginia history. And it's so unbelievable, I don't think people could have believed it until this happened. Because this is what you get after 150 years of corporations and elected officials not caring about regulation, protection of citizens, their human rights, their environmental rights, or any rights. Because that's what's happened in West Virginia. People there are powerless, we are poor, we are sick, and the coal industry and other industries have done this to us, and our elected officials have not protected us. And so this is where we are today, and it's not going to be any different for anybody else in America. You know,
so how are
people came, yeah.
So before we get to that, and I do definitely want to get to that because I think that's a very, very important point, but how are people getting drinking water right now? Is there a way that our listeners can help?
People are melting snow in West Virginia to bathe their children at this very moment.
Right.
We
so,
need
you know,
all the water we can get from everyone to come down to West Virginia, see West Virginia. Don't, you know, if you can, tomorrow morning it's Saturday, wake up and do something epic with your life. Get your friends, get your vehicles, fill it with water, and come to West Virginia. Meet the people of West Virginia that are struggling to survive, suffering today as they have for a month, and not knowing what the future holds, if there is a future, as the coal economy declines, and now we are facing the eradication of our tourism industry, our #1 revenue source, because of what industry has done to that great state.
No, it's a great idea, by the way.